Hello everybody, my name is Trumpet and welcome back to Twig. I am stuck here behind the glass, but I want to take this opportunity to show you some things I've been working on in the last couple of weeks. And the thing I have been working on is that building over there. It's not a very fancy building. It's even kind of an ugly building. You know, it was a lot uglier than this. And then I kind of tried my best to fix it. And then I was like, okay, now it looks fine. And now that I have a little bit of a break of it again, it doesn't really look fine. It's ugly. But it's fine. Because this building is only gonna be here for like a month. Hi, Mimo. Anyway, so this is the sign-up place for my new game in the server. And here's a whole book explaining everything, but thank you, sir. We all want to know. Oh, see, so that's also a thing. Before I placed like the book and all this, Mima just already signed up because it left this here, the sugar styles the price, and said like leave a diamond block here, which is also part of the price, and he just was like, I'm in. Say no more. So to give you the general overview of this game, people are going to sign up here, they're going to read all of that, they're going to rename a piece of paper to their name, and they can leave that here so I know they've signed up. And then they can take one of these flowers, and as you can see, they are flowers that give an amount of points. So first I'm gonna hide a bunch of lilacs and roses, and then once they've been found, I'm gonna hide some peonies and sunflowers. And everybody signed up for the game is gonna collect them and then kind of immediately hide them again. Idea is that they won't have them in their inventory for too long, and kind of as soon as possible take the points they found and hide them somewhere else, so then everybody can try and kind of steal them. That's about it. Oh yeah, before I go, there are some clips that I was originally planning to show in my previous episode, and since then I've adjusted a lot of my audio settings, so I'm not sure how much you're gonna notice it, but the next 2 or 3 clips are gonna be with the old audio. So we're gonna go to that now, and after that we'll get back and we're gonna start on the next encampment actually. And actually even before that maybe start placing some wool down, because I finally have a lot of wool. So I'll see you there. And we are back on our new encampment. If you've seen the time-lapse I uploaded as a short a little bit ago, then this build you've already seen. If not, here it is. As you can see on top here, I'm still missing some wool. I need a lot more than I was realizing when I started this build. So I think what I'll do for now is I'm just gonna finish this whole thing in another time lapse, but without all the wool. And then slowly but surely, that's the word I was looking for, we're gonna finish this all off. And with that we have some cards. Obviously far from finished cards. Very horrible to live in when it rains cards, but they're there. Also this one is too broad and I'm not sure if I want to fix it. Looking at it from this angle though, I think I want to. Just to turn it around. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely we need to do this one again. Now that I'm taking a look at it without like being in the middle of building, we definitely want to do it again, as it looks horrible. Alrighty, so I have turned the card around and also made it a little bit thinner, so it should be Well, it is looking a lot better now, in my opinion at least. And as you can see as well, I have added some roofs over these carts. So, yeah, they should be a lot more livable now. And they're a little bit large to be pulled by these horses. I originally was intending to like have 2 horses for each cart walking around here, with the idea that those pull them when they travel. But I feel like the scale is just too off, so I'm not going to do that. So we'll find some other use for these horses over here. This is a Mumbo Jumbo horse, here's a special. Anyway, so for our next encampment, as you might remember from previous episodes, I've planned 4 encampments, and this is the second one. So now we're gonna move to the 4th. And the 4th because I've already semi-completed the 3rd one, in the same vein as like this one obviously still needs this area to be built something in. But I kind of call this completed because I can just return every now and again to make some small adjustments like I've also been doing with the 1st camp. Yeah, so in the same vein, I've been working on the 3rd camp, and I'll show you while I travel over there the time-lapse of that. And simultaneously, and then when we return, I'll show you what I've done after the time-lapse. And though the path is still a little bit non-existent, here we are. As you can see, I've added a little bit of details after the time-lapse, and I kind of most of those, and then halfway through realized, wait, I haven't been recording this, that's why they aren't part of the time-lapse. But I think it's coming on nicely. Cozy, and yeah, we have a lot of piggies. Oh yeah, and we also have a lot here. We have like 3 amethysts. You can see one of them from here, I think. Yeah, we have 3 more of those of geodes, not of the one. Well, yeah. Other than that, a little bit bare bones still. No interiors. I've just been going kind of exteriors with all of these. We'll have to find kind of, maybe for every hut we want to have, give like one task or job, as it were. Like this one is for the mine, so we'll add some stuff like some pickaxe decorations and stuff like that. This one's for the pigs, so we'll add some food and things like that. And maybe that one fits with carrots, so stuff like that. And then we'll have to fix something for the other 4. But yeah, that's this camp, which I'm gonna also claim as kind of done. At least we're gonna be more working those in small additions over time, over like getting a lot of attention in videos or streams. Well, maybe in some streams we'll do some things, but yeah, we'll kind of like go over all of these once more once we're a little bit further in the season, and we can see a little bit of if I kept true to my promise of changing a little bit over time. So there are at least 2 more things I'd like to show you before we go to well, before I go back to editing and see how much time I have left in the episode. But those are camp number 4 and the game, because in the beginning of this video I introduced the game of flowers, and it's been going. Actually, before we go to the 4th encampment, let me show you, well, okay, so what I was saying is before we go to the 4th camp, let me actually show you where I now want to start my main base. So it has changed a little bit ago, and it's very close to over here. So here it is, or specifically like the place I'm pointing at right now, not the place where I'm standing, because that's just the most random piece of plains there is. But so over there we just were, just so you have an idea of how close it is to other people. But yeah, so this mountain over here and this mountain over here is I've asked Shadow about it because since she's so close, I took hers real quick. But yeah, since she's so close, I did ask her for permission if it was okay if I started building here, because if you remember from my first episode, I was kind of looking for a cliff slash mountain with dark forest on top of it. And I think it does not come much better than this area over here. Just in general, this is a very cool generated area, I think. Also with this mountain I think we'll incorporate this mountain a little bit, but mostly it's going to be here. And also specifically at a point you can see from here. Specifically up here, well, you can see my bed from up here. This is where my base is going to be. You can see there was a little bit of a forest fire, all caused by this single piece of lava, which personally I think deserves respect. Like, this piece of lava deserves some respect for all the effort it put into burning all this down. So I'm gonna try and incorporate it into the base. I think that's a fun little addition to make. I am planning on theming my base kind of like along lines of classic horror stories and like the evil castle on top of a hill. Now, if you've seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 1, Dino's Castle, that's the main inspiration for this base. But yeah, so that's what we're going to build here. We have a lot of space actually before it really goes down here. Then maybe we'll add a little bit of like a walk up to the castle itself with maybe a little building there, but I'm not sure about that yet exactly. Also, I have a cool little idea for the forest in general, but I kind of want to wait with that to see what Shadow is specifically going to do in her space. And we have plenty of other things we need to do here. So yeah, we're first just going to focus on the main castle, and everything else we'll just have a look at in the future. So yeah, now on to the actual fourth, what's it called? Going down is much faster, by the way. But to the fourth camp. I'll see you there. Alrighty, so here we are at the fourth location, and actually it may not look like much, but we have done a little bit already. So yeah, this is kind of self-explanatory, I think, for the concept of this base. Let's go from a space where you can see it a little bit better down. The idea is like it's gonna be a little village right, of floating houses. Originally I was planning on making them all like separate and have different ways for them to get to the ground where they'd meet or something. But after doing that, I figured it might be more fun to kind of like make walkways between all the buildings. And similar, like with every one of the camps right now, we've had like this meeting space in the middle. So I decided to build this as well for that. So over here we're gonna have like a bigger house that's gonna be carried by 2 balloons. And here, those two are gonna be kind of similar to that one, I think. Maybe this one even a little bit smaller because this mountain is in the way. And or is this a hill? This is a hill, maybe, I think. But and here we're gonna make another one. Actually, looking at this, maybe I'll just remove this one in its totality. Because I'm noticing now how flat that piece of land now has become because of that. So yeah, maybe we'll have to place that one somewhere else. Now, since we're in a flower forest, let's talk about the game of flowers. So, in the end, we got 9 contestants. We got MrKellinator, SteakAppraiser, though he hasn't been on server for a couple days. I think he said he'll be at the end of this week or something, somewhere. He'll be back, so he'll come back then. With SteakAppraiser, Bulldog is joining, DutchCaffeine. Not sure if he's been on the server, but he also joined. Dixon Dur joined, Creepy Terror joined, Emma Owl Lady joined, the Mima joined, and Shadow joined. So underneath here are prizes, everyone's diamonds, and the Game of Flowers winner medal, and some goodies. Oh, I forgot an important rule in the rules, but I think we're gonna leave it out. We'll keep it in mind. I'll remember it for a future thing. Anyway, so to give you a little bit of a recap what happened in a little bit less than a week, because last Friday I think the game officially started, is first the Mima got on before everyone else and managed to, I think, get like almost 80% of all the points, which painted a little bit of a large target on his back. So I think it was Emma, Shadow, Mr. K, and Bulldog that went to his base and kept searching till they found it, and they ended up doing so. So they split the points amongst each other, so they now have the most points probably. And they've all decided after Mima's thing that at least most of them have placed their flowers in different spots. They haven't put all their flowers in one chest, which is an interesting tactic. I have no idea if it's going to work out or not. So yeah, after they've done that, I don't think much has happened in terms of the players too much, unless someone has been just very sneakily gathering up stuff and not being telling anyone about it. But at the same time, I have been busy and I have hidden a lot more points. So I think when we started it was about 90-ish points that were available, and now it's a little over 200. So there should be a lot more to find for everyone. And there has also been some spots that I hid in initially. I've decided that if I hide things in a spot and it doesn't get found for very long, I'm just gonna add more points to it so that when it gets found, it's gonna be like a big jackpot. That's gonna be it for me for this episode, everyone. But thank you for watching. It was a little bit of a messier one for me to record. So I hope that next video will be a little less messy as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time. Bye bye.